Hey everyone, hope you're having a great time wherever you are, whatever time of the day or night it is. So hopefully those that are waking up vibrant and alive, and those that are going to sleep are able to lay down, close their eyes, do a few slow deep breaths in through the nose, hold, exhale through the mouth real slow, and give your body permission to rest. So we're going to be talking about parasites today, talking about stepping through the fear of the unknown. We're going to wake up a little bit to parasites and why they're there and what they're doing. Because we're supposed to have yeast, mold, and fungus in our body. And other parasites too, because they're like the seagulls on the ocean. They come in and they're cleaning up the things that aren't really good for us. So, when we are eating certain foods that our body can't process, they eat it. And the more of that food we eat, the bigger and the faster they grow inside our bodies. And I have in the description some of the things that they can cause, like infections and gas and bloating, and I mean, the list goes on and on. It's a small list that's in there, but it's an important list because many people are experiencing it. So let's start with, but they're growing because we're feeding them. And a lot of today's food helps them because it's dead food. Parasites love a low frequency, low vibrational foods, like cooked foods, like highly processed foods. And they can't stand high energy foods because the vibration is too high for them and they can't nest. And if you eat enough, like drinking the Master Cleanse or whatever it is for you that you're drinking, it raises the energy so high they'll leave on their own. Now you can also have so many that they come out through the stool or whatever, okay? So, and there are herbs too that will work with that. And I'll put a list of those in the description. I didn't do that. But they do not like, and we do not want to go in and kill them. That's what most doctors do. Some herbalists do that too. But they're already eliminating acids in our body. And when they eliminate those acids in our body, that creates that low vibrational frequency, and it starts to bother the cell, right? Because it's sitting in acid. But that's where they build their homes. And if it's in the intestinal tract, right? Pockets in our intestinal tract. We get a little pocket off to the side where it's expanded and there's feces in there. They love to get in there in that feces, and that protects them from what's going by. And they're in there building a nest and working. And you can't feel them, but they hook onto your nervous system. And when they get hungry, you have a thing called a craving, because they're down there shaking it. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're smoking. Every cell in your body has a receptor for nicotine. So you might want to think about that. That's why it's so hard to quit smoking. Every cell in your body has a receptor for nicotine. Okay, this one, I don't think we've done this one before. This is called the windshield wiper. And we move our hips over to the side too. So we all have parasites. There's no getting away from it. Like I said, they have a job. But when we are feeding them too much of that, they start growing. And it lowers the energy in our body, our vibrational frequencies. So that's something that we want to avoid. And it's simple. Do the Master Cleanse. Drink smoothies. Drink juices. Ones that you make, not ones that you buy in the store. Most of those are pasteurized, or they're done with, you see, reconstituted juice. 100% reconstituted juice. You know what that means? Wherever they picked it and crushed it to make it a juice, they evaporated like 80% of the water out of it, which is the hydration part of it. And because it's cheaper to ship, so it's super concentrated, and they ship it to wherever it is, and they take tap water and they fill it back up. That's why those things are not good for you. They're better than a lot of things, but you're not getting what the fruit was designed to do for your body. That fruit is the energy of the day it was picked. It was ripened, supposed to be ripened by the sun. The tree is grounded to the earth. When we pick it and eat it like that quick, or if we can possibly stand on the ground barefoot and bite an apple while it's still hooked to the tree, that is a complete circuit. That's one of the highest vibrational things you'll ever get. Can we do that all the time? Probably not. But that's what wild animals do. They ground it to the earth and they're eating from the plants. So they're like super grounded, and that's why they're so strong. Can they get parasites? Yep, of course they can. Because parasites are in our system. It's just that when they get too much food, they'll grow to the size of their food. You've heard that sharks will do that, or some fish in a tank. They'll grow to the size of their food supply. And there are sharks, I guess, that will grow 7 to 8 feet long, but when they're in an area that's small and there's not a lot of food, they'll only grow 2 or 3 feet. They're still healthy. They're still the same shark, but they grow to the size of their food supply. That's why the population grew to the size of the food supply, because we're growing more and more things. Well, during the industrial age, yeah, baby, we need more people. So they gave us great food. They don't need us anymore. Not like they did, because robots are taking over. So what are they doing? They're corrupting the food supply. And it's up to us to maintain our health, to maintain our balance, and know what they're doing and why these parasites are growing in our body. They love industrial sugar. Anything that causes a low vibration, they dig it, baby. But just remember, we're feeding them. Let's do this one. So remember to pick your heel up. About 75% of your weight goes on this leg, and then 75 on this one. The heel comes up on this leg. So this is a pretty simple thing. 5 minutes a day, take your aches and pains away. 20 minutes a day, I don't care what's wrong with you, it'll correct itself. So for a parasite to be in a high frequency body, when it's been low frequency, as your energy starts to grow, it's like you going to a concert that you hate the music and they lock the doors and they won't let you out. You're going to do everything in your power to get out of that building. The music's loud, it's banging, it's slamming, people are going crazy. That's what happens to a parasite when it's in a high frequency body. So a lot of times you are eating things and there might be parasites in them, and because your body is high energy, they pass right through. Because they can't be in that situation. They love to hide. And every dis-ease in your body is alive. And I don't care if that disease starts with a C. If it's Lyme, doesn't matter what it is, it's alive. And if it's growing, we're feeding it. Because it's connected to the blood and the nervous system. I should say. Because it can be connected to both. They have to eat, they have teeth, and they go up and they hook on like this. And when they're hungry, they just start shaking. They start shaking the nervous system because they need something to eat. This, like I said, that's what cravings are. I'm going to show you this exercise. This is specifically for the kidneys. So we imagine that we're standing in water, like up just below our knees, right? And we take our hand. This is the inhale. Okay? And for those that, I don't care if you can only bend over this far. This is what we're going to do. We're going to turn, and we're going to come back up. So this is the exhale, and this is the inhale, all right? So inhale through the nose. You're going to exhale through the mouth and bend over as far as you can. And imagine your arm running through cold water. And when you pick it up, you can feel the water running down your arm. Takes a little imagination. If you can't, this will do it anyway, but the more you imagine it, the more real it is to the mind, so the more real it is to the body. That's your inhale. Okay, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And into the water. Feel your arm flowing through the water. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Now we're going to do this hand. All right. So this is the inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel that water running down your arm. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so all this rotation, we're moving the spine, we're moving the hips. The rotation, we're going actually up and down and twisting at the same time. So it's really important for your spine, for your flexibility. You're as young as your spine is flexible. Now we're going to do one. This is called the twister. It's for liver, kidneys, spleen, lungs, stomach, intestines. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this arm across and this arm to the back, and we twist like this. Okay. And we hold here, and this is the inhale. All right. And the exhale is look as far back as you can and exhale. And then we switch sides. So it would be like this. I want to do a couple of these, all right? You have to get your body used to this. So when you're stepping into the fear of the unknown, like a parasite, and you're not getting any information that's really helping, and the first thing you want to do is, this is basically what science does. They go through life going, kill, 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 kill. I see it, I kill it. I see it, I kill it. Doesn't matter if it's an animal that you're experimenting on. Doesn't matter. I watched a show, they found this bug. They'd never seen it before. It was in a cave. It was blind. It was totally white. First thing they did was put it in a jar, take it home, dissect it. And when you dissect something, kill it. It's the only one they know of. So you might want to think about that. That's what they do. They experiment on things. That usually means torture and death. In the name of health. So I'll probably get in trouble for saying that. But the truth will set you free, and they will get mad about it. So, and a lot of people think I'm nuts, but that's okay. I'd rather be nuts and be who I am than just follow along the trail they leave behind them in the name of health. And it doesn't mean they haven't done some great things. They have. All right? So let's, this is great for people with dyslexia, because you're crossing the invisible line that splits us right in half. This half doesn't know this half exists, and this half doesn't know this half exists. That's why you can have a life-threatening disease on one side of your body and not the other, or a stroke. I think I mentioned this in another video. I spoke at an MS meeting, and there was a guy there had MS on one side of his body. These are kidney and adrenal issues. You can have one leg bigger than the other one, okay? Your strong side of your body, that adrenal, which is quantum energy, that adrenal on that side is stronger, and your kidney is filtering better than it is on the other side, which is why your blood pressure is different in both arms. But they only check one until you start having kidney issues. Then they check both sides. So when you break this line, okay, people with dyslexia, the left and right brain is fighting for dominance. And if you hold your finger up, I've mentioned this in videos before, and you close your eyes, your finger moves back and forth. Well, as your brain is fighting left and right, it's pulling into that eye, and things jump around. Well, when you're doing this, it forces the left and right brain to work together, because you're crossing that barrier, okay? Even doing this, right? Get in a horse stance and cross. Breathe through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And you can slow it down so that that's your full breath. That's your exhale. And that's a good way to slow things down. And this movement, when you come across, you should have a full breath when you get to here, and then you exhale, and it should end when you reach the end of your ability to reach out here. And don't be afraid to stretch, but don't hurt yourself. Stay within the limitation of your body for a while, and what you'll find is over time, it will move further than it did, and you didn't even try. You don't have to. You just need to loosen the body. Get the muscles going. Get the lymphatic system moving. You know, glaucoma. What's in your eye? Lymphatic fluid. It swells. It gets all red because of acids. It's not able to drain. That's why it's important. Keep these gates open. Okay? The ones behind your ears. Drain the neck. What's right above that? Your eyes. Right? To be able to rub your eyes and get that out of there. And like skull cap is the upper brain and nerve. So there are herbs that will help to break that up and drain it. But the breath will do it too. Okay? A lot of times I do this, just this right here, for about a half hour. And my hips are actually shifting from side to side. And you can turn them too, so that you get a good rotation with your hips. Okay? And you can do whatever you want with your hands. This is one that is fun for class. Okay? We do this, and we come around, and we do this. Okay? And then this side. Just pretend there's a tray on your hand. Do the best you can. I mean, I'd right here, that'd be falling off. But the idea is to bring it up and flip it over, right? And bring it down around. And then once you get going, you can do both sides. But this works so many different muscles and joints to get them flexible, to get them moving. So this is something I don't think I've shared yet. I have in other videos, but we'll do it in this series right here. Okay? So the hand, when you look at it, each one of these has a purpose. They're all connected to things. So the ring finger is focus, right? Or is pointing at something, right? Focus. This is fire. Goes right to the heart. If you take your finger and drop it like this, right here, and press on that, that is the meridian for your heart. This is trust and honesty, and this is water. And everything follows water. And when you lock your thumb in, this is the strongest part of the body. All right, so let's go back to fire. Back in the Roman days, this was called the flucking finger, and the archers used it. So they would pull the bow back with this finger, and they were the most dangerous people on the battlefield. So when they'd catch one, they'd cut that finger off and let them go, because there wouldn't be any danger anymore. So every once in a while, one of them would escape. And when they escaped, then they rode off or ran off, they'd hold that finger up. We're still mad about it today, but we're just forgotten why we were mad about it. So, fire, heart, right? Trust and honesty, that's why the ring goes on that finger. Focus and structure, this one is structure. And it's the same on both hands. Okay, so let's actually do some. I'll go through the routine, and then that'll be it for tonight. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do your wrists. Some people have a hard time doing it this way, but you roll around. Okay, this is the best way to roll your wrists, but a lot of people can't do this. And then you go in the other direction. So it's clockwise, counterclockwise, always. Then we do elbows, right? So we get in a scarecrow position. Other direction. Right, shoulders. And if one doesn't move like the other one, do one at a time, or you know, do one and keep the other one low, or you know, not doing it as much or as extreme. Then we'll go in the other direction. And we do one at a time. But if you have one that's not performing like the other one, it's a good idea to do one at a time so that you can get a full range of motion with the one that is okay. And then if all you can do is this with this one, then that's all you do. And eventually, that'll loosen up. There's just things stuck in there. There's impingements in there that will leave once you start working them, right? So some of this we've already done. We'll do this one. And if we want, we can swing and get the back twisting. And then we can go around and tap the kidneys on the back side. And actually, we're hitting the liver here and the spleen over here. And we're sending that vibration through to break up tissue. If the issue is the tissue, movement and proper hydration with life-giving foods and liquids will break that up and it'll start to move it out. And I don't care what you have, it will eliminate it because that's the bathroom. The toilet's plugged. And once you unplug it, everything drains. You know, a tumor is a sac and it's in a container. When you poke a hole in it, just take a balloon, fill it full of water, poke a few holes in it, see what happens. Especially if it's under pressure, which is what a tumor is, because it's still growing, right? Gotta check that. Make sure that that's not cancer. Cancer cells go to cells. Go to lymph nodes. I saw cancer in your lymph nodes, so I took out 29 of them. That's your septic system, your sewer system. And people have massive, like elephantiasis and things in their body because they took the lymph nodes out. And there's no place for the sewer to go except in the body. So breast cancer, lung cancer, testicular cancer, ovarian cancer, prostate cancer, because it doesn't have any place to get, it has no place to travel. And those areas will swell. Under here, sometimes people's arms get huge. Not the other one, because that side of the body doesn't know this side exists. It's over here doing its thing, and it's up to us to maintain it because that lymphatic system is manual. And this is what activates it. Okay, so we're going to do hips. I just did an hour and a half of martial art class. It's the first time I've been to that one. The instructor is going to be 80 right off here. But I saw her, let's go the other direction. I saw her a Qigong master, 118, out doing a full routine. I mean, that guy moved like it was butter. So I love that stuff. There's a lot of the old Qigong masters because we're not physically, this is medical Qigong, medicinal Qigong. And it has to do with breath and movement, getting that lymphatic system going. All right, so let's do knees. So we just kind of go in a circle, kind of just pretend that you're going down the slope skiing. And if you can't do that, try to go in circles, even if they're little tiny ones, okay? Get your mind going in that circle, but don't hurt your knees. I don't have anything in here tall enough, I don't think. But if you sit on the edge of a table, one strong enough to hold you, obviously, and you just let your knee dangle, you let your knees dangle, it pulls that joint apart, and the blood and the lymph can get in there, because the cartilage that is struggling, which is rebuildable because it's cells, and cells regenerate, just like they degenerate, because they're starving to death, or they're suffocating, right? Or they're dehydrated because it can't get in, the blood can't get in there to feed them, and the lymph can't get in there to clean it. So when you drop your knee or your leg like that and it's being supported and it drops down, you could even put a 1, 2, maybe 3 pound weight on your ankle to help pull that apart, and as you move it, it starts pulling that stuff in. I've had people in class that really have trouble with their knees, and when they stood up, there was fluid in there and their knees felt better. So the best thing to do is to do that at night. Do it throughout the day, but doing it at night, get that fluid in there and go to bed. So that fluid can stay in there to help clean, feed, hydrate, and oxygenate those cells, and they'll get stronger and they'll start rebuilding. That's how powerful we are. I mean, we're amazing. All right, so this is the other knee one, and just about anybody can do this one. I don't think I've showed you the kneecap thing. Okay, so anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is causing vibration to go in, and any scar tissue density that's trapped in the knee, that will break that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the lower half of the body detoxes at night when you lay down. That's why it's so important to get your rest, right? So legs come up when you're laying down, and right behind the knee, this is lymphatic gate number 6. So 1, right by the collarbone, right beside your neck, above and below the collarbone. Okay, both sides, you can tap it and rub in both directions. This is gate 1. This is where everything in the body runs to here. So right behind the ear, right behind the earlobe, there's a little hole there above your jawbone. Okay, and then you can rub that. You can tap it, just be careful. And then over here, right behind the ear, and drag that down, and you're dragging it right into that. So forgetfulness, brain fog, dementia, Alzheimer's, it's backing up in the head, and it causes pressure. And there's a thing in there called the dura, D-U-R-A, and it's like a cellophane, or it's like a wrapper that's all the way around the brain, okay? Because the brain can't feel anything. And there's 2 things that the dura hates: expansion and contraction. So if you're well hydrated and it can move, you won't have headaches. And keeping this spot in the back here, if you go back and watch the tongue circle series, and we'll probably do those again here soon, right in the back right here, if you get up in there and massage that area, your traps come all the way up and into the back of the head here. So there's a lot of muscle tension. All emotions, that's a kind of a blanket statement. There's 2 muscles running right down the back of your spine, right, 1 on each side, right? There's a lot of motion trapped in there. So that's why it feels so good to get a massage and start moving all that stuff around. And you're breathing, right, in through the nose. Nice belly breath, and you hold. And then you exhale. And do that 4 or 5 times, and it will help you relax. Find it relaxing to go out and move around in the garden. You're grounded to the earth, and it's pulling static electricity out of your body. It's like you're in the car and you're driving down the road and your favorite song's playing, and you get so far away from the station it starts to skip, and then it goes and gets to the point that it's so annoying that you have to change the station. it's time to change the station. Because the same thing's happening in your body. You have all this electricity in there, and it's causing static in the body. Your EMFs come in and they're pounding on you, right? For people that are super sensitive to that, there's a thing called a Faraday cage. So you build wire all through your room, and it can't get in. But also, if you ground yourself, you don't have to do a Faraday cage. If you ground yourself to the earth, or you buy a grounding mat or a grounding mattress, or not mattress, but cover to go over your mattress, or grounding pillows, the same thing will happen. It's like the grounding of your house. There's a rod outside that sticks in the dirt. It's hooked into the entire electrical system. So if your house gets hit by lightning, it doesn't go blow up all your electrical outlets. It goes through and out into the ground. We're the house. And the EMFs are going in the house. They're tapping on it. When you ground yourself, it goes over you and into the ground, right through the electrical system in your house. Doesn't matter if you're on the 27th floor or on the first floor. It does if you're not grounded. The further you get away from the earth, the less grounded you are. So people living in skyscrapers can have all kinds of issues. So maybe in another one we'll talk about vortexes. Okay, so we did the knees. Let's do the ankles. And we go up on the ball of the foot. Okay, we just roll our ankle around, and we roll the ball of the foot, and our toes are moving like this. And then we go in the other direction. And that's pumping, because there's 3 pumps for the lymphatic system: diaphragm, balls of the feet. That's why walking is so good for you. And keeping those gates open, okay? So I think I did 2. So the third one is where your shoulder rolls around. There's a little crease there. I like to do this side because of the light, so you can see right where the chest plate is. You just rub that. You can tap it. Again, the other side. Okay, gate 4, right under the solar plexus. Okay, and we inhale, nice deep belly breath. And when we exhale, try to touch your belly button to your spine and get all the air out. And work that whole area, right around your belly button. This is where life came from. There are thousands of connections there. Okay, and then just rub your belly. And you rub your belly 5-10 minutes every night. It'll help it a lot. And our intestinal tract, like when we want to go to the bathroom, we go this way around our belly, and it will help you go to the bathroom. The other thing that will help is to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, and pull your belly in as far as you can. And that will help you go to the bathroom. It opens up that channel, and you want your back straight. Gate number 5, right in the crease right here, right in the crotch. We just tap that. And it's important to keep all parts of our body, no matter what our age is. We don't want any stagnation anywhere. Okay, and there's a ton of lymph nodes right down here. And that's what I was talking about. If they take them out on one side, it doesn't have any place to go, it backs up in the house. And this side can swell big time, but it's usually from here down. That's when you start having leg issues, or testicular, or ovarian, or whatever, right? Okay, this is gate 5, and we already did gate 6, which is behind the knee. And you can do these throughout the day, all right? So I think we'll leave right there. But you can step through the fear of the unknown because you've been taught the unknown is dangerous. Well, the truth is, not stepping into the unknown is the most dangerous thing you will ever do. Curiosity, exploring the options, the new things in life, to see what's going on and to learn about the body. Everybody's talking about awaken, right? Oh my God, the world has to awaken. Well, if you want to really truly awaken, what that means is learn how to take this tuning fork called our body and turn it on through the breath, through the movement, through the lymphatic system, through the blood, through what we're eating, what we're consuming, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Turn that TV off. Listen to your favorite music and just dance around, you know? This is all you really need to do is just dance, just move, right? Put your hands up over your head. Most people don't even put their hands up unless they're reaching for a can of some highly processed food. And then all of a sudden they find they can't reach it anymore. Well, that fascia has dehydrated and shrunk, so you can't reach. Well, if you just keep doing this, say this side goes all the way up and this one doesn't, okay? You just keep doing that. And you don't have to push it, just do it. And all of a sudden, you'll find it go a little higher. And without even trying, it'll happen, okay? And go all the way, and then all of a sudden, you'll be able to go all the way up. We're mechanical and electrical. And we have been taught, well, very little about the electrical side, actually, and nothing about the manual side. So it's time that we became the explorers and awaken to this perfect instrument called the body, and how to maximize its ability to generate power, to generate energy. The more energy it generates, the less dis-ease you can have in your body. Because we all know low energy is dis-ease in the body. Because we're not breathing right, we're not hydrating right, we're eating too many processed foods. It's not that we can't have them, we're having too many. We need to start putting live liquids and live foods into our body, and slowly, most of the time, okay? Give yourself a week, and then increase a little more the second week, and increase a little more the third week. And if you start having cold and flu-like symptoms, just back off a little bit. And then try again. All right? I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. It's so fantastic that you listen to this guy here, and I love you for it. And I wish you nothing but the best throughout the rest of your life. Okay? See you guys in the next video. That'll be tomorrow.